Hi everyone, my name is Sienna. In this video, I'm going to teach about how to take photos in AR. You can use any version of arfoundation and Unity. If you don't have the project set up yet, check my basic setup video. I've added XR origin and AR session to the scene. First, create a script, and let's call it take photos. Remove the update and start function. Then let's create a new function. And let's call it take photo. And if you go to this link here, you will find a script to take a photo in Unity. The photo is what the camera already rendered, and then we are going to convert it into an image. So copy this part here, then paste it to the take photo function. And for the camera, let's create a new variable called camera, and we are going to use the main camera. Just in case, make sure that your camera is already tagged as the main camera. And you will see that we are going to use the camera target texture, but in camera, the target texture is null. So we need to create a new render texture. And let's just call it as RT. You can create the render texture in the editor or in the script. And for the width and height, because we want the photo to have the same size as the screen, you can just use the screen width and the screen height. Now let's create a new variable for the width and the height. For the depth, is the number of colors that can be represented. And mostly people just use 24 or 32. And then we set the camera target texture with the new render texture that we created. And then change the render texture active to the new render texture. Change all the camera target texture width and height to the new width and height variables that we created. Then we want to set back the camera target texture to null. Then to save the image to the device, we want to encode it to image file. You can choose any type of file that you want. For me, I will just use PNG. And we want to create the file name. If there is already a file with the same file name, it will overwrite the existing file. So to avoid it, we can use the time when the user takes the photo to create a unique name. You can change the name format as how you want it. And because we encode it to a PNG, add .png. If you encode it to another image format, use that image format. Then create a variable for the file path. The most common way is to save it in the application.persistent-data path. This is where the file will be located for iOS and Android. Combine the folder location and the file name. Then we write the bytes of the encoded image into a file. And then destroy the render texture and the texture 2D to free up memory. It will be better to wait until after Unity has rendered every camera and GUI before we save the photo. So change the take photo function into a coroutine. And then add new return, new, wait for end of frame. Then create a new function so we can call it from the button. Let's change the new coroutine name to take a photo. Then call the coroutine and the new take photo function. Save the script, then go back to Unity. And then let's create the button. Let's remove the text. Let's change the canvas to scale with screen size, so the UI will be fine for different screen resolution. Change the resolution to a common mobile device resolution. For me, I will change it to 1080 and 1920. Change to 0.5. For the button, let's place it at the bottom. Then change the image to a circle to make it similar to the usual tag photo button. Then let's change the size. And then let's create a new game object to store the script. And then in the button on click, we call the tag photo function. Then we can build and test this project. If you click on the button and go to the folder location, you will find the photo. And that's all for this video. The source code can be downloaded in my Patreon. Please like and subscribe and check my Patreon. If there is any question or suggestion, feel free to ask in the comment below or in my Discord channel. Thank you for watching.